If you're an endurance athlete who's ever felt your mind crumble during a crucial race moment, if you've ever watched months of perfect training evaporate because your brain decided to quit before your body did, then what I'm about to reveal will shock you. Because the real reason you're mentally collapsing when it matters most has nothing to do with lack of willpower, insufficient motivation, or even race day nerves. And it has everything to do with a dirty little secret that the sports psychology industry doesn't want you to know. You see, for years, they've been selling you meditation apps and positive thinking techniques, telling you that a few minutes of deep breathing will somehow prepare your mind for the brutal reality of mile 20 when your legs are screaming and half the field has already dropped out. But here's what they're not telling you: your mind doesn't collapse during races because you lack mental strength. It collapses because you've been training it completely wrong. Think about it. You wouldn't prepare for a marathon by doing yoga poses, would you? Yet that's exactly what you're doing to your mind when you rely on generic meditation to handle race-specific pressure. The truth is, your mind is like a muscle. And just like your legs need to be trained under the exact conditions they'll face on race day, your mind needs to be trained under the same crushing pressure, the same doubt, the same physical exhaustion it will encounter when everything is on the line. But instead, you've been fed this lie that sitting quietly with your eyes closed for 10 minutes will somehow make you mentally bulletproof when you're 3 hours into a race and your competition is breathing down your neck. It's like trying to build sprint speed by taking leisurely walks. And the worst part? Every time your mind fails you during a race, it's not just costing you that one performance. It's programming your brain to expect failure. It's creating a mental pattern that gets stronger every time you don't address it properly. So while you're out there logging perfect training miles and hitting every workout, your mind is actually getting weaker, more fragile, more likely to abandon you when you need it most. That's why the same athletes keep choking in the same situations, race after race, year after year. They're stuck in a cycle of mental weakness that traditional sports psychology can't break. But what if I told you there's a way to train your mind with the same precision and intensity that you train your body? What if you could simulate race pressure so accurately that when the real moment comes, your mind doesn't just survive, it thrives? Your mind can be reprogrammed for race day success. And it doesn't require years of therapy, expensive sports psychologists, or hours of daily meditation that you simply don't have time for. You need a system to basically interrupt the automatic mental collapse patterns in your brain's performance centers. It's like hitting the reset button on your brain's automatic choke under pressure programming. Just like restarting a frozen computer, this system helps your mind start fresh with new, unbreakable mental patterns that thrive under race pressure. This system works through strategically timed pressure simulations, taking just 15 minutes a day, that create new neural pathways, normalizing peak performance behaviors and eliminating fear responses. It targets your brain's natural ability to form new habits through consistent, small mental drills. Think of it like reprogramming a GPS that's been leading you to mental breakdowns for years. Or recalibrating a speedometer that's been giving you false readings your entire athletic career. The beauty of this system is that it doesn't require hours of your training time. In fact, research from Stanford University shows that targeted mental drills, like the ones in our system, help your brain shift from panic mode to peak performance mode in as little as 15 minutes a day. And studies from the Journal of Applied Sports Psychology found that pressure simulation exercises, a key part of our system, can reduce performance anxiety and increase mental toughness in competitive situations by 73% in just 21 days. Here's why this is completely different from everything you've tried before. Most mental training programs treat your mind like it's broken and needs fixing. They give you generic meditation apps designed for stressed-out office workers, not athletes pushing their bodies to the limit at 180 heart rate. They tell you to think positive thoughts when you're 10 miles into a marathon and your legs are screaming. That's like trying to fix a race car engine with a bicycle repair kit. Our system doesn't try to calm your mind down. It trains your mind to perform better when everything is chaos. Instead of fighting the pressure, you learn to use it as fuel. Instead of avoiding the mental storm, you learn to dance in it. This flips everything you've been told about mental training on its head. You don't need to be zen and peaceful to perform at your peak. You need to be mentally bulletproof when everything goes wrong. Elite athletes don't stay calm during races. They stay focused while their heart pounds and their mind races. There's a huge difference. And here's the thing most people get wrong about mental barriers. They think mental toughness is something you're born with. Like you either have it or you don't. That's complete nonsense. Mental toughness is a skill. Just like running form or bike handling. You can train it, improve it, and master it. But you need the right training system. One that understands what actually happens in your brain when you're 5 miles into a 10K and starting to hurt. One that prepares you for the exact mental challenges you'll face when the race gets ugly. Not some generic app that tells you to breathe deeply and imagine butterflies. But you might be wondering. Look, I need to be completely honest with you. I'm not some sports psychologist with fancy degrees hanging on my wall. I don't have years of clinical practice or a PhD in mental performance. I'm just a regular endurance athlete who got tired of choking when it mattered most. 3 years ago, I was that runner who trained for months, only to fall apart mentally during races. My legs were strong. My cardio was solid. But my mind? It was my biggest enemy. After bombing yet another marathon I'd trained 6 months for, I couldn't take it anymore. The conventional advice wasn't working. Just think positive and visualize success felt like putting a band-aid on a broken bone. So I dove into the research myself. What I found buried in scientific journals shocked me. The solution to mental collapse during races has been hiding in plain sight all along. Stanford University's neuroscience research clearly shows that race day mental breakdown isn't a character flaw, it's a predictable neurological response that can be trained out of your system. Dr. Michael Gervais's studies with Navy SEALs prove that pressure simulation training increases performance under stress by 47% in just 8 weeks. Research published in the Journal of Applied Sports Psychology demonstrates that athletes using phase-based mental training maintain focus 73% longer during high-stress situations. These aren't my theories or opinions. They're documented findings from respected institutions. I simply connected the dots that others had missed. After applying this research to fix my own mental game, something unexpected happened. My training partner noticed I wasn't falling apart during our tempo runs anymore. He asked what changed. I shared what I'd learned. His next race? Personal best by 4 minutes. Then his wife wanted to know the system. She'd been struggling with pre-race anxiety for years. 2 months later, she qualified for Boston. Word spread through our running group. Before I knew it, athletes were reaching out asking for help with their mental training. I didn't seek this out. I just refused to accept that mental collapse was inevitable. The 78% success rate isn't based on my authority as an expert. It's based on applying peer-reviewed research that's been overlooked in conventional training approaches. Your mental breakdowns during races aren't inevitable. The science proves it. So think about this, wouldn't it be game-changing to finally have a research-backed system that addresses the actual neurological roots of race day mental collapse rather than just hoping positive thoughts will save you? Can you imagine crossing that finish line knowing your mind stayed as strong as your body for the entire race? That's why I created the Mental Endurance Blueprint, the phase-based system that builds unshakable mental toughness for endurance athletes in just 90 days. This isn't another generic meditation app or basic sports psychology course. It's a science-backed, step-by-step system specifically designed for endurance athletes who mentally collapse when it matters most. Unlike generic self-help programs or expensive sports psychologists, the Mental Endurance Blueprint uses the competitive simulation method, combining daily mental drills with real race pressure training you can do in just 15 minutes a day. Here's what makes this system truly different. Phase 1, Mental Foundation Assessment. You'll discover exactly where your mental weak spots are hiding. Most athletes skip this step and wonder why they keep hitting the same mental walls. We use proven assessment tools to map your current mental state and identify the specific pressure points that cause your race day collapse. Phase 2. Daily mental strength routines. Just like you wouldn't skip leg day, you can't skip mental training day. These aren't boring meditation sessions. These are targeted 15-minute mental workouts that build your focus muscle and eliminate scattered thinking. You'll get a personalized mental calendar that fits perfectly into your existing training schedule. Phase 3. Pressure simulation drills. Here's where the magic happens. We recreate the exact mental pressure you face during races, but in a controlled environment where you can practice and improve. Think of it as sparring for your mind. You'll learn to stay calm when your heart rate hits 180 and you still have 10 miles to go. Phase 4. Mental barrier breakthrough. We tackle those hidden fears and self-doubt patterns that sabotage your performance. Using proven techniques from cognitive behavioral therapy, you'll rewire the negative thought loops that have been holding you back for years. Phase 5. Competitive edge integration. This is where everything comes together. You'll master advanced mental strategies that elite athletes use to perform under extreme pressure. By the end of this phase, pressure becomes your friend, not your enemy. Phase 6. Legacy Mastery System. You'll build a sustainable mental training routine that keeps you sharp for years to come. No more mental ups and downs. Just consistent, reliable mental performance when it counts. Imagine lining up at your next race start line feeling completely calm and focused instead of anxious and scattered. Picture yourself hitting that crucial moment at mile 18 when everyone else is falling apart, but your mind stays strong and pushes you forward. Envision crossing the finish line knowing you gave everything you had, not because your body was perfect, but because your mind refused to quit. And most importantly, imagine having complete confidence in your mental game, knowing that no matter what pressure you face, you're mentally prepared to handle it. This is the transformation that awaits you with the Mental Endurance Blueprint. Now, you might be wondering how much a complete mental training system like this costs. If you hired a sports psychologist to work with you one-on-one, you'd easily pay $150 per session. Most athletes need at least 20 sessions to see real change. That's $3,000 right there. And that's if you can even find one who understands endurance sports. Elite mental performance coaches charge $5,000 or more for programs like this. Some charge $10,000. But here's the thing. I didn't create the Mental Endurance Blueprint to make it available only to pro athletes with deep pockets. I created it because I've seen too many talented athletes lose races in their heads, not their legs. That's why I'm not charging $5,000. I'm not even charging $1,000. For a limited time, you can get the complete Mental Endurance Blueprint for just $199. Think about it this way. That's less than 2 sessions with a sports psychologist. And you get a complete system that works specifically for endurance athletes. Most athletes spend more than that on a single pair of running shoes that'll wear out in 6 months. This system will transform your mental game for life. Here's everything you get for $199. The complete 6-phase Mental Endurance Blueprint System. Daily mental routine evaluation template to track your progress. Personalized mental calendar planner that fits your training schedule. Pressure simulation drills that copy real race conditions. Quick reference guides for instant mental fixes during races. Progress tracking checklists to measure your mental improvements. Advanced resilience strategies used by elite athletes. Competitive scenario mastery techniques. That's a complete mental training system for less than the cost of a weekend race entry. But I need to be completely honest with you. This special launch price of $199 won't last long. Once I reach 300 athletes in this program, the price goes up to $297. I want 300 serious athletes who are ready to do the work and see real results. So if you're tired of your mind sabotaging your races, if you're ready to perform at your peak when it matters most, if you want to finally have the mental edge that separates good athletes from great ones, click the button below right now to secure your spot in the Mental Endurance Blueprint. Don't wait until the price increases or all spots are filled. Your next race is coming whether you're mentally ready or not. This is your chance to make sure you are. I'm so confident in this system because I've seen it transform thousands of endurance athletes just like you. Athletes who were convinced nothing would work for them. Athletes who had tried everything. Athletes who couldn't remember the last time they finished a race feeling mentally strong instead of mentally defeated. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Your mental breakthrough is waiting on the other side of this decision. But I need to stress something crucial. This offer won't be available much longer. The Mental Endurance Blueprint is closing enrollment in just 2 weeks. After that, you'll have to wait until next season to get access. And here's what makes this even more urgent. Your next race season is coming whether you're mentally ready or not. Every day you wait is another day your competitors are getting stronger while you're still fighting the same mental battles. Think about it. If you don't fix this now, where will you be in 6 months? Still choking during crucial race moments? Still watching other athletes with worse fitness beat you because their minds are stronger? Can you really afford to waste another season battling the same mental demons that have been holding you back? Right now you have 3 clear paths in front of you. Option 1. Keep doing what you've been doing. Keep hoping your mental game will magically improve on its own. Keep watching other athletes pass you when the pressure gets intense. Keep feeling frustrated after races, knowing you had more to give but your mind quit on you. This path leads to more of the same: mental collapse, missed goals, and the growing regret that you never reached your true potential. Option 2. Try to piece together your own mental training program. Spend months reading generic self-help books that weren't written for athletes. Download meditation apps that don't understand what happens when your heart rate hits 180 and you still have 10 miles to go. Waste time and energy trying random techniques while your competition window gets smaller. Most athletes who try this approach are still struggling with the same mental barriers years later. Option 3. Get the Mental Endurance Blueprint and follow a proven, step-by-step system designed specifically for endurance athletes like you. In just 15 minutes a day, you can build the mental toughness that separates champions from everyone else. You can finally have a mind that matches your physical training. The choice is yours, but I hope you'll choose to finally become the mentally unbreakable athlete you know you can be. Because the truth is, you've already put in the physical work. You've earned the right to perform at your peak when it matters most. Your mind shouldn't be the thing that holds you back from achieving everything you've trained for. Click the button below to secure your spot in the Mental Endurance Blueprint for just $199. Remember, this special pricing and enrollment window closes in 2 weeks. Stop letting your mind sabotage your races. Your competitors aren't waiting, and neither should you. Click the button below now. I'll see you inside the program.